How to do an oil change on a 2014 through 18 Chevy Silverado. This is your oil cap. Take it off. Usually on it, it's going to say the required oil that you need. We taking this off so air could go into the system. And when we drain the oil, it'll be a steady stream and it'll come out faster. This is your dipstick. We're going to pull this out. I pulled it out already a little bit. So I'm going to, pull it out for the same exact reason. Under your driver's side, a little bit behind the wheel, you're going to see your oil filter. And this your oil drain plug is usually by a black drain pan. Get a 1/2-inch socket wrench just for leverage, and then a 15 1/2-inch socket to fit the drain plug so you can take it off. Have a 10-quart oil drain back bucket, at least that much. And I took the drain plug out. You want to inspect the O-ring or the gasket that's in it. You're supposed to change it. I didn't, but you're supposed to change it because that just improves the seal when you screw it back in. Make sure there's no cracks in it. It's not damaged in any kind of way. And you're gonna run it up. You're gonna run it up with your fingers as best as you can. Then you're gonna take your wrench and you're gonna tighten it as best as you can, but not very hard. It don't take a lot of power. It don't take a lot of hand power. Just run it up, and when it get hard to turn, give it one last quarter of a turn. And that's it. You don't want to overdo it because then you're gonna have to change that whole pan, and that's just more money out your pocket. Make sure you wipe around it, get it a little clean, a little dry, get the oil off of it. If I had brake cleaner, I'd use that, but I didn't. Also, a good thing to use is a torque wrench. A torque wrench is better than a regular wrench. Set it to 18 foot-pounds, and then you're just gonna tighten it. And it's gonna click. And when it click, that's letting you know that you've reached the right amount of just snugging it up. Next, I'm gonna be using a claw with a 3/8 adapter. Got this out of like a oil change set off of Amazon. Don't remember how much it was. But I'm gonna use this claw. I'm trying my best that I can because I'm trying to set my phone up to record. But basically, you're gonna put the claw under the oil filter. You're going to hold it tightly against the oil filter, and then that's when you're just going to ratchet it to open up. I wish I had a better way to show y'all how I did it, but I was working with just a phone. But anyway, what you could do, I already loosened it, but what you could do is you could poke a hole with a punch or like a flathead screwdriver. You could punch a hole into the bottom of that oil filter just so it don't get as messy and it's running down the side of the oil filter. And then it just come out straight out of the oil filter, and then you can open it, and it's less messier that way if you do it correctly. Before we take the oil filter off, we're going to go to the new one, get some new oil, rub it around the O-ring, just so it don't get stuck when we pull it off the next time we do our oil change. Also, we're going to take our new oil, and we're going to fill this oil filter up about halfway. You could fully fill it up if you want to. I just chose to do it halfway. I do this so I'm not starting up my system dry. When you start up your car, the oil is going to go from your engine to your oil filter, and that's considered starting it up dry. It just have some fluid in it. Like when you do it this way, it's going to start up with some fluid already in the oil filter, so this doesn't take away from your oil change at all. You don't need to get more oil, pour more oil in. You don't have to do none of that. It's all good. You're just going to start off with some oil in your oil filter already. Take a look at your old oil filter. Make sure that the O-ring is still on there. That's that black piece that's right here. And yes, this one is still on. If you're not sure, just look where you took it off from. And you're just going to see a black ring. That's where this oil is that you about to see. Like where that oil ring is, you'll just see a black ring right there. Just take it off. Spray your area, anything that oil that dripped on, spray the area or wipe it off, whatever you have. I don't have no spray, so I use a microfiber towel. Now get your new oil filter. Be careful with it because you know it's halfway filled with oil, and you're going to run it up with your hand. You're going to get it as tight as you can with your hand. Getting it tight as you can with your hand is actually enough, but if you just want a little extra safety or just, whatever, get your claw or your oil filter wrench, whatever you use to take it off, and just give it a quarter of a turn. A quarter of a turn isn't a full turn or a half turn. You literally just turn it in there slightly, just a little. Almost like not even an inch. So, yeah, keep that in mind. Another thing, make sure you can't just easily undo it with your hand. You shouldn't be able to easily unscrew it with your hand once you hand tighten it more than enough. Make sure you have a funnel. You're gonna put that into your compartment. You're gonna put that into your place right here, and we're getting ready to fill out oil. Now you're gonna need 8 quarts of oil, according to like the owner's manual. Refer to your owner's manual or go to amsoil.com. You can put in your year, make, and model into that website, and it'll tell you the right oil and where to put that oil at. But do not just listen to that. To be sure, as you pouring the oil in, frequently check your dipstick. I'd say put about 5 quarts in, check your dipstick, and to get an accurate reading, make sure you are on level ground and the truck is not on. Now I'm gonna show you some illustrations of what it looks like because I couldn't even get you the right look with the dipstick on my camera. The side that you want to look at is the side with the 2 circles, and the bottom line is the low line and the top line is the full line. You don't want that full line to go past. You don't want the oil to go past that full line, and you don't want it to be under the low line. You want to get it close to the full line. You don't have to be exactly on it, just close. Also, some of them have like X's. Pay attention to that side because the opposite side is going to look like a nipple, and you don't want to look at that side, not the side that you measure off of. Some owner's manuals will tell you to fill it halfway, and if you don't know, just look it up. Now, this is an air filter. Shake it a little bit. Make sure it ain't too dirty because you don't have to change it every single oil change. Maybe like every 3 oil changes, every 2. I'm not sure. Sometimes you can rinse them off, but you can't do that with paper filters because then the bristle's going to get into your engine. In the passenger side door, in this glove box, behind this glove box, you're going to have a cabin air filter. Now, you could take this off and change the cabin air filter. This is also like every 3 oil changes, 2 or 3 oil changes that you could change. Now, this is how you reset your oil life. You toggle through your stuff, go to your oil life, and you just going to hold the check button on the right side of your steering wheel, which I'll be showing you in a little bit. Right here, just hold that for about like 5 seconds. You're going to hear a beep, and then it's going to go to 100%. I already did it before I recorded this, so that's why I didn't show up this time.